Weekend Update with Norm Macdonald.
Thank you. Thanks, I'm Norm Macdonald, and now the fake news. Our top story tonight. Following his shocking acquittal 2 weeks ago, O.J. Simpson vowed never to rest until the real killers of Nicole Brown Simpson are brought to justice. And the manhunt continues. Meanwhile, this week, O.J. took girlfriend Paula Barbieri to see the erotic murder mystery Jade. Other moviegoers took the couple's presence in stride, though they did become uncomfortable when O.J. repeatedly shouted out, "You call that a stabbing? Nation of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan has accused the National Park System of racism, claiming the agency deliberately undercounted the number of participants at his Million-Man March. A spokesman for the Park Service denies the charge, saying, quote, "Our estimate is based on state-of-the-art aerial photography. We stand by our number. Heil Hitler." Meanwhile, Washington, D.C. Mayor Marion Barry attended the march and called it a beautiful display of unity and solidarity among African Americans. His only complaint, the complete absence of crack. The Menendez brothers are back in court. They now claim that they shotgunned their mother and father over 20 times because they feared their parents possessed supernatural powers. Though they now admit, looking back on it, they were probably wrong. An 83-year-old Wisconsin woman who survived in her broken-down car for 8 days on just fruit juice and frost was rescued last week by family and friends, and they gave her a big welcome-home dinner. But in an ironic twist, they unknowingly served up as the main course fruit juice and frost. Polygram Records has acquired half of Entertainment Tonight host John Tesh's music label, paying Tesh $8 million for the right to distribute his new age music worldwide. If I ever decide to kill myself, that will be the last line of my suicide note. And now, ladies and gentlemen, last Tuesday in Mexico's election for the Regional Assembly, leftist opposition party thugs burned ballot boxes, detained election officials, and threatened voters with violence. Mexican authorities are calling it their most successful election ever. President Clinton was in Austin, Texas last Monday, the day of the Million-Man March. The president said in a speech, "I am here to speak to you today because right now in Washington, D.C., there's like 1 million black guys." Less than 2 years after that horrific bus accident which nearly left her crippled, singer Gloria Estefan has been involved in a fatal boating accident in which a surfer was killed. Memo to self, cancel hang gliding with Gloria Estefan. Let me just cancel that out there. So cancel. A Labor Department task force says it will crack down on sweatshops in New York's Chinatown, where employees work 90-hour weeks for as little as 75 cents an hour. A spokesman for the sweatshop owner said, quote, "That's all we can afford to pay. This is a sweatshop. We make sweat." In Arkansas, a 25-year-old man has been arrested for going door to door, attempting to trade sticks of dynamite for sex or drugs. This disturbing case has people all across the nation asking themselves the same question. Why didn't I think of that? Angry over the Atlanta Braves and Cleveland Indians' use of Indian caricatures as logos, Native Americans showed up at the World Series tonight. They chanted for hours to protest Indian stereotypes, though it didn't help their cause any when it started to rain. With the World Series opening tonight between the Indians and the Braves, Native American groups are angrier than ever before about what they consider the racist nature of the two teams' symbols. Here with a comment from the Navy Goes Flying. And finally this week, Jeanne Calment of France turned 120 years, 238 days old, making her the oldest person who has ever lived. And though she can no longer shop for herself, see friends, or even get out of bed, she still has enough strength to say, "Oh God, I want to die." And that's all for now, folks. Thanks. Good night.